Good morning, everybody. I'm Jano Lieber, Acting Chairman and CEO of the MTA, and we're here to celebrate another great milestone in the third track project. I'm joined by we'll hear from some of our partners in labor and from Phil Lang, Long Island Railroad President, in a moment. I want to also acknowledge Scott Strauss, the village mayor. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your partnership. Dennis Walsh, village trustee, thank you. We've got John Durso from Labor and Maddie Arasich, who represents the buildings trades contractors, and representing the governor, who was supposed to be here, who wanted to be here, but who is, as a result of the impact of Ida, up in Westchester, dealing with the continuing impacts, especially on the Metro North system. But representing the governor's office, a Long Island native and one of our partners in the new state administration, Jeff Pearlman, who is special counsel of the governor. Jeff, thank you for being here. This project, the third track project, represents virtually all of the top goals that we have for the MTA capital program. Better, more reliable service. Third track gives us more capacity and flexibility to bypass problems when they exist. That's just obvious. Like some parts of the New York subway system, you can get around problems and maintain schedule and avoid delays as a result of having the third track. Safety. 20 years ago, there was a goal set of eliminating grade crossings in this area because of safety reasons. In the first 18 years since, 2 were eliminated. And in the last 2 years, 8 were eliminated. And this is the last of the 8 in this project. Quality of life. In this densely populated region of Long Island, where there are roughly 200 trains an hour coming through the main line, parents taking their kids to school have been forced to wait for 20 plus minutes sometimes to cross. People headed to work, people headed to school. These underpasses eliminate that. It's a huge time saving. It's a huge annoyance savings. It means less noise pollution from the grade cross, the bells and associated, the noise associated with the gates coming up and down. It means less air pollution from cars idling at grade crossings for hours and hours. Support for Long Island economic development. The third track project, and this is important, is going to make it possible to have reverse commuting outbound from the city and parts west of here. And that means that Long Island businesses, including the dynamic Mineola area, are going to be able to attract from a much larger pool of talent, including, for the first time, really, the city and other areas to the west. On time and on budget. We are so proud of this project. We're proud of the Long Island Railroad operating the day after Ida. That's what we're really proud of. But we're proud of this project because it is a mega project that is absolutely on time. And at this point, we'll see a little under budget. They have had more adjustments downward to costs than adjustments upward. But it also not only represents our goals, but also shows how the MTA capital program is going to succeed. And the core value there is partnership with labor. And we're coming up on Labor Day, so I really want to emphasize this. This project has been built by the men and women of unionized labor, the buildings trades who work with the private contractor, and perhaps most important for everything we do, the Long Island Railroad workforce, who are represented here by my partner, Phil's partner, SMART General Chairman Anthony Simon. These are people who operate with skill, professionalism, and dedication. And in the last day or two, we saw it in stark relief. The dedication that the Long Island Railroad workforce showed enabled the railroad to go from having to shut down at 12:30 the other night to being able to operate pretty hefty service in the morning, and by midday and the afternoon rush operating on all branches of the Long Island Railroad. Who would have thought after a cataclysm like what happened with Hurricane Ida to New York and the region that we would be back in action so quickly? The Long Island Railroad workforce and the leadership of Phil Eng and Operations Chief Rob Free were extraordinary. So I just want to close by acknowledging, by emphasizing again, it's coming up on Labor Day. We have to stop and take our hats off to the men and women of organized labor for what they do on projects like this, but what they do every day, and especially in emergencies like we just experienced. Thank you. Can I call to the podium my partner, Phil Eng, President of the Long Island Railroad.
Thank you, Jano, and good morning, everyone. I'm proud to be standing here after our heroic workforce stepped up and safely restored full train service after Tropical Storm Ida pounded the area. Working throughout the storm, as Jano mentioned, we were able to begin bringing back service in less than 4 hours after making that decision to proactively suspend service. It was truly a team effort, and I want to thank each and every one of our Long Island Railroad family members as we all strive to provide the best and safest service for our customers that rely on the railroad. Anthony Simon is here with us today, and thank you to all of our labor partners and their members and of all the unions that keep us running and serving all of Long Island. And what a testament to MTA C&D, the design-build team of 3TC, and the Long Island Railroad workforce, that we can seamlessly run the level of service that we do while we deliver on this historic $2.6 billion mainline expansion third-track project. With each milestone of this project, we're one step closer to making the railroad more resilient and robust than it's ever been in its 187-year history. Elimination of the 2 grade crossings here at Willis Avenue along the main line and the Oyster Bay branch make the railroad safer and help improve service. But perhaps the benefits to the community are equally, if not more important. No more train horns, no more gates, or illegal attempts to go around them. No more local traffic congestion and idling vehicles. And we did this with 0 residential homeowners being displaced for any of the grade crossings along this area, as well as the entire 10-mile project limits. This is truly ingenuity at its best, making it cleaner, greener, and safer for all. That's a winning combination in my mind. And I take a moment back to 2016, the early planning and outreach stage. I was still at State DOT and then asked to help a sister agency, the Long Island Railroad. John McCarthy, now Jano's Chief of Staff, Hector Garcia, Long Island Railroad's Director of External Affairs, and Lisa Black, now with Suffolk County Executive Steve Ballone's office, went community to community discussing the project, but more importantly, listening to the concerns and the needs of those living and working adjacent to the tracks. Mayor Strauss here with us today was a big part of that two-way communication. And little did I know in 2016 that I would be standing here representing Long Island Railroad. I grew up in Williston Park, just 2 miles from here, where my mom still lives. My first resident was here in Mineola as a young adult. This is truly personal for me. But today, everyone should take pride in their contributions toward making Long Island the great place it is to live, to work, and play, now and for future generations. When I say everyone, this includes all the many residents and businesses that we literally all went door to door and having those conversations with. And as time goes on and we continue to make great progress, accomplishing vital state of good repair, while Long Island Railroad expansion, East Side access, and other countless important infrastructure projects progress, I know we're well on our way to becoming the great world-class commuter railroad that our riders deserve and expect. All of this allowing us to better succeed now as we help New York's economy rebound while keeping an eye on the needs of future generations of Long Islanders to come. So thank you very much for this. And now I'd like to invite Anthony Simon to the mic.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Jano. This is truly, as Jano said, a partnership. It cannot be done without the partnership of labor, management, all of the men and women who work in the construction trades, and the Long Island Railroad employees. But let's not forget, Governor Hochul hit the ground running. She came out, she started and came into a crisis, handled that well, and now she's here. She couldn't be here today, but she's supporting, and we're moving forward. We're going to continue to move forward under her leadership, but the men and women of labor are going to continue to deliver, because that's what we do best. We stay in the background and we deliver. The storm that came across Ida decimated certain areas, and our track workers, our building trades, our Long Island Federation of Labor all together got in there, and nobody even saw it happening until we were up and running again. It came, it went, we never missed a beat. We're going to do that on these projects. We're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to run trains no matter what happens and repair faster than ever before. So as I said yesterday, don't listen to the noise around you. Look at these men and women who put every day sweat into getting these projects done. Matty Aristech, John Durso, we have a partnership tighter and better than ever before. Labor is stronger than ever before. And under the leadership of Governor Hochul, our partnership with Phil and Jano, we are going to prove to you that we will deliver time in and time again on every project that you put in front of us. So thank you to the men and women of labor, our flag people who are out there keeping everybody safe on Local 645, conductors. This is a team effort, and we will continue down that road of proving to everyone that we can do, no matter what you put in our path, we can accomplish. So thank you. Now I'll introduce Matty Aristech and John Durso.
Good morning, everyone. Together, we represent 300,000 members of labor. That's a unique opportunity for us to work together. But I will tell you that all that we do in partnership. Our partnership with the Long Island Fed, also with Jano, with Phil Lang, with Andy Simon, with Hector. All these opportunities provide the right opportunity, the right recipe to do the right things. We all know that transit-oriented development is the key to making sure that we have a vibrant economy, that we can thrive, that we make sure that transportation is the thing that moves people effectively. These are the reasons why the building trades works in concert with people like those in the Long Island Fed, those in the Long Island Railroad, those that actually work for the railroad, and those with management. The governor's office has been a key component in making sure that all of this happens seamlessly, because that's exactly how things are supposed to be, seamless. And we talk about safety. Safety is the key component here. We have never had an issue with the Long Island Railroad that couldn't be resolved, and I will tell you, it's never rhetoric, it's always step up, do the right thing, and I thank them for all that they do. John?
Thank you, Matty. It's hard to follow him. But let me just say a couple of words. It is really fabulous to be here today with our brothers and sisters in labor. It's so appropriate that today, the Friday before Labor Day, that we're opening this tremendous project and finishing this up. And it's the men and women of labor that made it happen. It is the men and women of labor that has continued to keep our country, our county, our village working during this horrific pandemic that we've gone on. This project, all these years in the making, has been nothing but a fabulous addition to our economy and to the lives of the people, not just in this village. Look, personally, my office is 3 blocks away, so this is fabulous, being able to come into the village, and my folks working in this area, the same thing. But this is a testament to the work of the men and women of the railroad, of this community, of the building trades, of SMART, of all of us together to keep this country moving. This project is a symbol of how things get done right. And as was said earlier, Governor Hochul hit the ground running, has her team moving, having things get done. This is a wonderful project, and it's a testament to Anthony, to Matty, to Phil, to all of the Jano, your folks. We are proud to be a part of it. And I thank you, and happy Labor Day to everyone, but especially to the women and men of labor who keep our country moving. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. I want to also acknowledge a couple of village trustees who have been great supporters of this project, George Durham and Paul Casado. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your partnership. We're going to cut a ribbon, but well, let me just say this. We're going to cut a ribbon in a moment, but I had hoped to be cutting the ribbon with Governor Hochul, but I think that she is so here in spirit because of what she did yesterday and what she's done in just a short time that she's taken the reins of state government. Yesterday we saw her style in action, which is to come and be very present. She was in touch with me we had a challenging night on the subways a couple of nights ago. The team, Governor Hochul, were with me every step of the way, with the MTA team every step of the way, figuring out where we were and how we get it back. And most of all, region-wide, she was with us yesterday when she came to Long Island, she came to Queens, she came and recognized the loss. She also came and recognized the damage to the railroad and the workforce that was putting it back together again and highlighted that partnership. And then she came and recognized a heroic bus driver. And this morning, she's attending to the situation up north in the one branch of Metro North that's still out of action. So this is a very activist governor, and I just want to say to Jeff Pearlman, who's here representing her, please convey to the governor how much we know she wanted to be here. She's been here for other grade crossing events. She's actually, been here as we opened one after another, these 8 grade crossings, but especially this one, which is the ultimate. And we're going to get her back, we hope, for more and more milestones on this great project, which represents, I know, her commitment to the MTA and the region's capital program. So thank you to Governor Hochul. Okay, Tim wants us to take questions before we cut the ribbon.
You have Alfonso Castillo that has to get over exuberant.
Yes, over-exuberance is his middle name.
Hi, guys.
Phil,
I know you've eliminated, I guess, is the 8th grade crossing. You've done more grade crossings the last 2 years than you did in the 20 years before that, and have figured out new engineering tools to address that. I know grade crossing eliminations used to be hugely expensive and very burdensome. How does this bode for the future of eliminating more grade crossings? You still have 290 throughout Long Island, some of them multiple accidents over the years. So does this bode well for maybe in the future eliminating more throughout the island?
Well, what I would say, first of all, is we're not only just eliminating these 8 grade crossings, we've been raising bridges across the Long Island Railroad territory as well. I mean, we have all those bridges which are below what has become the standard truck height, and unfortunately, trucks keep running into them, which creates not only traffic problems and inconvenience for residents, but also forces the railroad to go out and have to, stop service and structurally evaluate the condition of that. So we've been attacking this problem, not just in this project, but across the railroad. But Alfonso, to your point, we have, we rate grade crossing elimination and the safety benefits of that very high in our planning for future capital programs. You're seeing the benefits here. We're seeing the safety benefits, especially compared to what happened, a year or so ago in Westbury, where several people lost their lives with, a dangerous and crossing when the gates were down. We're seeing it in all the benefits that I described, and we're determined to make sure we can extend those benefits more widely across the railroad system and prioritizing those in future capital programs as we put them together. The assessment and evaluation is going on right now for the next capital program as well. Phil?
Oh, thank you. A couple things. Obviously, grade crossing safety is of paramount importance for the railroad, but also for the communities. We had 296 before these 8 have been eliminated, so that's a nice dent in them. But we've also made the other ones safer through our innovation using Waze and using low technology with delineators and pavement markings, and they have made a difference in terms of safety. But with regards to elimination of this matter, I think what we've shown here is that we can do it in a different way. We can do it innovatively, we could do it with less disruption, we could do it quicker. And the other beauty of it, we didn't take any residential properties. In the past, just to use for example, I know further down Covert Avenue would have been 9 residential homes had we done it in the old way of building a new grade crossing adjacent to the existing road and then coming through with the project at the end. In this manner, we show we could do it in a short period of time and actually at the end of the day have a much better community for everyone, safer, quieter, cleaner, and building on the economy. So I think those people that have uncertainties with these types of projects, these examples are perfect to point to. These are big wins for the future.
Great. Tim, are we allowed to do the event?
Get all the workers back here. Come on in and join it. We'll count it down. Come on in, gentlemen. You got big scissors. Okay, we'll count it down. Where all the scissors in place. Ready to go. Cameras, here we go. Everybody, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, okay. Fuck you, guy.
I'm going to go quickly.